This will be a little shorter, Steve.
I took a couple minutes.
I have to begin by saying that for much of my life, I didn't think I'd ever see a day like this. Not because I never thought she would actually retire, but because as a child, it was always a given to me that my mom didn't work outside the home. That's just the way it was. She had been a high school teacher, but that happened before I was born. So in my child's mind, that was basically ancient history in the same category of things like the Civil War, the American Revolution, the life of Christ. I mean, it's all before my time, so it really didn't matter. So all that changed, though. I think I was about 15. I was in high school in South Carolina, and Mom went to work in the doctor's office, ultimately to help pay for my college education. It was an adjustment to have a quote-unquote working mom for a change, but I could hardly argue with the reason. Helped get me through school without a whole lot of debt. So after a childhood of having her all to myself, I quickly got used to having a mom with a job. But I never thought it was a calling or even a career. It was just something to help pay the bills. So not long after we moved to Atlanta, after Dad got sick, Mom got a job again working at the front desk here at MTW. At that point, I was out of the house in college. I didn't think much of it. Just another job. Even though it was for a missions agency, and my family had been big supporters of missions for as long as I could remember, it still was not a career, not a calling, but a job. And then a funny thing happened. While still smiling at visitors and working the phones, Mom started doing things that weren't in her job description. She started correcting letters and emails, asking perceptive, pointed questions about communications pieces, coaching other people in the office who needed help articulating their thoughts. She couldn't help it, and as someone wired the same way, I completely understand. Something with bad grammar or that lacks clarity is like a flashing red light to us. We can't not go over to it. The next thing you know, Mom had moved from the front desk to the communications department, and the job had suddenly shifted to a career. And over time, that career became a calling. Just as missionaries on the field have a calling to share the gospel, disciple young believers, plant churches, Mom had a calling to help those men and women communicate clearly and passionately in a way that inspired action. I think she did a great job of that. I think you all will agree. For a kid who never thought his mom would have a job and then would only have a job, to see a job blossom into a calling, one that consumed nights and weekends on occasion, was amazing to see. And now she's leaving that calling, but taking on a new one. And knowing how hard she's worked, how much passion, I have no idea how this place will get along without her, but I know you'll manage. And your loss will be my family's gain. The little girls you see here are my children, and of course her grandchildren. And in 2002, when Ellen, our oldest, was born, my mom got a new name, Grandma. And in a way, she's come full circle from being at home, devoted to family. She'll be at home, devoted to family yet again. And we've been looking forward to this day for a long, long time. Thank you.